heart to learning, open up my heart to love. Help me to know myself and how I should learn. I open up to learning, I open up to joy. Help me to learn a language and let it be my happiness.
Hi everyone, welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Today we're going to go through the lyrics of a song, and the song is called Angelo, and it's by a group called Brotherhood of Man. The song is quite old now, so we're going to have a listen and see what we can find. Let's go there now. Right, so here we are, Brotherhood of Man. Now I'm just going to click here so you can see them. And they're singing a song called Angelo. If you want to see the song in its entirety, you can find it here on this channel, BR Music. And of course, it's presented here just for educational purposes. We're not going to play all of it, just little clips so we can look at the lyrics. Let's begin.
Long ago, high on a mountain in Mexico, lived a young shepherd boy, Angelo, who met a young girl and he loved her so. Rich was she, came from a very high family. Angelo knew it could never be. They ran away to their destiny. Running away together, running away forever, Angelo. Running away from danger, hiding from every stranger, Angelo.
Right. Right, that was an introduction to the song Angelo by Brotherhood of Man. And you can hear there, the song is all about a young man in Mexico called Angelo, which is a little bit strange because if he was Mexican, his name would be Angel, because of course he speaks Spanish. It is possible that he was an immigrant from Italy, perhaps. Maybe the songwriter got a bit confused when he was on a holiday in Italy once. After a few margaritas, or if he was in Mexico, after a few glasses of something, it's possible that he was a bit lost. But certainly Angelo is an Italian name, and Angel is the Spanish equivalent. So from this, we can surmise that Angelo, if indeed he even existed, was an Italian immigrant to Mexico. And maybe that's why the young lady he was marrying gave him some problems. Her family really didn't like him. Let's look at the lyrics on the screen. Right, you should be able to see these lyrics now. Let's have a little look. Long ago, high on a mountain in Mexico, lived a young shepherd boy, Angelo, who met a young girl and he loved her so. Right, okay, so this so is added for emphasis. Okay, he loved her so. You know, if you really want to emphasize something, you can add so. You can also reverse the subject pronoun. I guess it's not the subject. Yes, it is a subject pronoun. You can reverse it with the verb. So in this case, rich was she. We're not saying she was rich, it's rich was she. And we do that for dramatic effect. It's quite normal. I had an aunt, when she was telling a story, She would always say yes, and then he said, and then I said. But instead of using he and she, my aunt used to say, said I. So said he that he wasn't going to do it. Said I that he must. It's fairly common in drama. My family loved that. In fact, she went a stage further and used the dialect, reducing it to sigh. So he said, sigh, that's not okay. This is quite common around different parts of the UK. Don't worry about it though, because it's I think, something of my parents' generation. These days, because we have loads of diversity and immigration, we tend to speak much clearer than before. Right, let's go on. So we know that long ago, high on a mountain in Mexico, lived a young shepherd boy, Angelo, who met a young girl, and he loved her so. That's nice, isn't it? Rich was she was rich, came from a very high family. Angelo knew it could never be. It could be never. It couldn't happen. They ran away to the destiny. Yeah, okay. This is where the story turns a bit dark. Okay. So then the singers, by the way, we have Sandra, the blonde haired one. She's married to Martin, the one who stands next to her. Next to Sandra, there's Nikki. And next to Nikki, I can't remember the other guy's name, but we'll have a look later. Sandra is a wonderful singer, as you can see. The song is funny. I really like Sandra's voice, and it's a pity that we don't hear more of it these days. Her full name was Sandra Stevens, and by coincidence, the dark-haired one was Nikki Stevens, and they were Britain's answer to ABBA. That was our version. It's very interesting because you'll see when they dance, they don't move their shoulders, because we British people, we keep a lot of our feelings here. They're always very tense and uptight. You know what British people are like. So when they dance, they move their legs, and they sometimes sway, but they don't actually move this part. They just kind of, it was a British thing and probably still is. And it would be considered very rude, of course, to show too much emotion anyway. Right, so Sandra tells us, running away together, running away forever, Angelo, running away from danger, hiding from every stranger, Angelo. And this is where it gets a little bit dark. They knew it wasn't wrong. They found a love so strong, they took their lives at night. Okay, so to take your life means to kill yourself. Okay, sorry, but don't shoot the messenger, as we say here in the UK. I'm only passing on the lyrics. So they took their lives at night. They don't say how they died, but Sandra tells us they killed themselves, Romeo and Juliet fashion. And in the morning light, at dawn, they, meaning the passers-by or the guard at the beach, they found them on the sand, and they saw them lying there hand in hand. Very sad story, isn't it? Well, immigrants don't get it easy. So if Angelo had left Italy looking for a new life, it would have been hard for him, I think, in Mexico. Right, and then they just keep repeating the lyrics. Long ago, high on a mountain in Mexico, lived a young shepherd boy, Angelo. Again, notice the verb at the beginning here, and the subject pronoun has gone, lived a young shepherd boy, Angelo. So if you were writing this in proper English, or formal English, I should say, it would be someone called Angelo lived. Angelo lived in a particular place, but sometimes we change the wording for drama. So lived a young shepherd boy, Angelo, high on a mountain in Mexico. Okay, so I guess the verb's in the right place, but you've got a very long subject opening. Running away together, running away forever, Angelo. And there we are. And it just repeats like this. Okay, so those are the lyrics, and thank you to Google for providing those. So let's go back and hear a little bit more of our song.
In Mexico lived a young shepherd boy, Angelo, who met a young girl and he loved her so. Running away together, running away forever, Angelo. Running away from danger, hiding from every stranger, Angelo. They knew it wasn't wrong, they found a love so strong. They took their lives that night, and in the morning light, they found them on the sand. They saw them lying there, hand in hand.
Right, so that was Britain's answer to ABBA, Brotherhood of Man. 2 men and 2 women. They did very, very well. Those women, Sandra Stevens, and by coincidence, the other one has the same surname, Nikki Stevens. They're not related, both with very beautiful voices, really. We're going to have a look now and see what they look like, because many years have passed. Sadly, Sandra's husband, Martin, I think was his name, Martin Lee, he passed away, but they are still around, and they really are still very much in the public eye, fondly remembered by people like me. So let's have a look. We have to go back, I think, maybe 5 or 6 or 7, maybe even 10 years to see how they look today. Right, let's have a little look at what they're like these days, although this isn't quite so recent.
Though it hurts to go away, it's impossible to stay. But there's one thing I must say before I go. I love you, you know. I'll be thinking of you in most everything I do.
Now the time is moving on, and I really should be gone, but you keep me hanging on for.
This is more evidence that Germans really do love terrible music. Actually, that's not true. I have the same terrible music taste, but Germans, they seem to really love some of our worst songs. I couldn't find Brotherhood of Man singing Angelo again these days. So that was another song they had, our Eurovision entry in 1976, called Save Your Kisses for Me. We're going to end now just with a final little moment from Brotherhood of Man on national TV before Martin died. And I really hope Sandra and Nikki and the other guy, whose name again I've forgotten, but he's about to tell us, I really hope that they're doing well. Let's have a listen.
Yes, hi everybody, I'm Sandra.
Hello everybody, I'm Nikki,
Hi, I'm Martin.
and together we are Brotherhood of Man, and thank you for watching Music News.
Yeah, keep watching.
Okay, Brotherhood of Man, it's great to see you. Feeling good today?
Yes,
Thank
absolutely
you.
great.
Hello.
Well, you. Brotherhood of Man, it's great to see you. Feeling good today?
Yes, absolutely great.
And there we are, Brotherhood of Man. Aren't they looking well these days? I don't know why suddenly it was very dark here. But yes, that's Sandra, Nikki, Lee, and Martin. So hopefully they're doing well. Well, you can see that in the 1970s, dancing really wasn't our thing. We're very stiff here, but we tended to move our legs. And I'm just going to show you a little bit of evidence of that in case you had any doubt. So I'll say goodbye now, and here's Brotherhood of Man doing a little bit of choreography with Save Your Kisses for Me. And they are very ABBA-esque, aren't they? Let's have a look.
Save your kisses for me. Save all your kisses
Right, let me just play.
Bye bye, baby, bye bye. Don't cry, honey, don't cry. I'm gonna walk out the door, but I'll soon be back for more. Kisses for me, save all your kisses for me. So long, honey, so long. Hey.